Hello, and welcome to this video where we'll be talking about a topic that is often overlooked, but highly important for our health: sugar and what it really does to our body. Sugar is everywhere, from the obvious sources like sweets and sodas to the hidden sources like sauces, dressings, and even bread. It's important to understand how sugar affects our bodies in order to make informed choices about our diets. So let's dive into the science behind sugar and its impacts on our bodies. What happens when we eat sugar? When we eat sugar, our bodies break it down into glucose, which is the primary source of energy for our cells. Insulin, a hormone produced by the pancreas, helps transport glucose from the bloodstream into our cells where it's used for energy. However, when we consume too much sugar, our bodies may not be able to produce enough insulin to keep up with the demand. This can lead to high levels of glucose in our bloodstream, which can cause a range of negative health effects. Now, what are the effects of sugar on the body? Let's take a closer look at some of the negative effects of too much sugar on the body. Number 1. Weight gain. Consuming excess sugar can lead to weight gain, as the body stores excess glucose as fat. Furthermore, sugar consumption can increase our appetite and cravings, leading us to eat more and gain weight. Number 2. Type 2 diabetes. High levels of sugar in the bloodstream can lead to insulin resistance, a condition in which the body becomes less sensitive to insulin. This can lead to the development of type 2 diabetes, a chronic condition characterized by high blood sugar levels. Number 3. Tooth decay. Sugar is a major contributor to tooth decay, as the bacteria in our mouths feed on sugar and produce acid that erodes our tooth enamel. Number 4. Inflammation. Excessive sugar consumption can cause inflammation in the body, which can contribute to a range of chronic conditions, including heart disease, cancer, and autoimmune disorders. Number 5. Skin aging. Sugar can cause the skin to age prematurely. When we consume sugar, it reacts with proteins in our body, creating advanced glycation in products. Ages can damage collagen and elastin, two proteins that help keep our skin firm and elastic. This can lead to wrinkles, sagging skin, and other signs of aging. So how much sugar is too much? The American Heart Association recommends that women consume no more than 6 teaspoons of added sugar per day, and men consume no more than 9 teaspoons per day. However, many of us consume far more sugar than this, often without even realizing it. Checking food labels and being mindful of hidden sources of sugar can help us to reduce our sugar intake and improve our health. Are there alternatives to sugar? If you're looking to reduce your sugar intake, there are a range of alternatives to consider. These include artificial sweeteners like aspartame and sucralose, which provide the sweetness of sugar without the calories. However, some studies have raised concerns about the safety of these sweeteners, so it's important to use them in moderation. Another great alternative is natural sweeteners like honey, maple syrup, and stevia, all of which provide the sweetness without the negative health effects of sugar. However, they still contain calories and should be used in moderation. But if we're talking overall, then fruits are still the healthiest in this category. They're a great source of natural sweetness because they contain fructose, a type of sugar that is metabolized differently than table sugar. Eating fruit can provide sweetness while also providing a range of important nutrients. So how can you reduce your sugar intake? Well, reducing your sugar intake can be challenging, especially if you have a sweet tooth. Here are some tips to help you reduce your sugar intake. Tip number 1. Read food labels to make sure there are no hidden sugars in whatever you're about to consume. Tip number 2. Choose whole foods like fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins, which are generally lower in sugar than processed foods. Tip number 3. Limit sugary drinks like soda, energy drinks, and sport drinks, all of which have added sugars in them. Tip number 4. Use sugar alternatives like we discussed earlier. Tip number 5. Gradually reduce your intake. For example, start by reducing the amount of sugar you add to your coffee or tea, or by cutting back on sugary snacks. I hope you found all of this useful because that concludes our video today. What are your thoughts on sugar now that you know a lot about it? Share a little in the comment section below. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and of course a sub to the channel would be sugar-free.